Hi, George Rogers here. I want to welcome you to our video series on how to find and select homeschool curriculum best suited for you and your family. This is our second video in the series addressing homeschool FAQ number 2. What 5 questions do I need to answer before I go shopping for homeschool curriculum? In this video, we'll take a little closer look at some of the issues raised in video 1 in the series. Again, I'll supply the questions and you have to supply the answers. That's not very fair, is it? But at least I'll give you some helpful clues. The 5 questions are: 1. Why do you want to homeschool? Number 2. How much time are you able to spend in homeschooling your child? Number 3. How much money are you able to spend on curriculum? 4. What are your child's interests and needs? Number 5. What is your child's preferred learning style? We've seen this question in video 1, but let's try to take it a little bit further. Basically, there is only one reason people homeschool. They want something better for their children than they believe public or private schools can offer. What is that something in your case? It usually has to do with the family's worldview or particular needs a child may have. Does it have to do with your religious or moral convictions? Does it have to do with safety or special needs your child may have? Is there some way in which public or private school options available don't meet the interests or abilities of your child? Whatever your reasons, write them down and explain them to your children so they understand why they will be learning at home while their friends all go trucking off to school. Refer to your list before you go shopping for curriculum. Along with this, write down clear, specific goals with your child as to what you want to accomplish. You may want to check out the core curriculum standards for your state. You can find them by going to the website for the Department of Education for your state. Print them off as a reference. Beyond this, you obviously have some things that you've decided you want to accomplish by homeschooling. Write them down, set timelines, and use these goals to guide you. Researching curriculum, preparing lessons, reviewing your children's work, coordinating with local school officials, testing and monitoring and keeping your children on task are all quite time-consuming, and these processes are directly related to the curriculum choices you make. For example, a complete K-12 curriculum doesn't require much of your time beyond the initial research and selection of the program you want. There's no requirement to choose which courses or prepare lessons or review work. All these things are built into the program. On the other hand, piecing together your own program will take a great deal of time. Finding curriculum resources, preparing the lessons, and reviewing your children's work, doing all the research, and doing the testing and monitoring and keeping your child on task. All of these things are, as I mentioned, are time-consuming. It will also probably require more trips to the library and transportation to group programs if you choose to participate in them. My suggestion is that whatever you choose, involve your children in the finding and selecting process as much as possible. Question number 3 is: how much money can you afford? The time-money trade-off is very real. Complete K-12 programs are considerably more expensive, though they take a lot less time on your part. Do-it-yourself programs cost a lot less money, but take a great deal more time. So your financial circumstances have a direct bearing on the choices available to you. The important thing to remember is that there is no direct correlation between cost and quality. It is quite possible to have a very high-quality program that doesn't cost you very much money, but it will cost you a great deal of time. You see, to succeed in do-it-yourself programs requires a much greater investment, not only of time, but also of effort on the part of both you and your children. On the other hand, it's quite possible that such an investment may well yield far greater returns in terms of your child's growth and development than the more expensive options. There's considerable variation in how different curriculum choices are presented. For example, how information is presented. What form is it presented in? Is it visual? Is it text, graphics? Or some other form? How much interaction is involved? How interesting is the presentation to the child? How fast is it presented, or the pace at which it's presented? How much is he required to assimilate, and what period of time? All of these are issues that you need to consider. And then also, how is the child held accountable for his or her learning? How frequent is testing, or what other methods of accountability does this program offer? What kinds of interaction does your child have with others, teachers, and other students? For example, some curriculum providers provide interaction with teachers and with other students, either online or by phone. Locally, interaction can be achieved through participation in homeschool groups and local school programs. As always, it's necessary to understand your child's needs and interests in making these choices. Finally, what are your child's preferred learning styles? Is he or she a visual learner? If so, does he or she like to read? And what does he or she like to read? I have a 3-year-old grandson who loves books, but not the usual children's books. For some reason, he likes books about monster trucks and golf. Why? I don't know. But I do know that children are more likely to read things they are interested in than things they are not interested in. Some children learn best by watching, seeing how something is done. They respond well to videos or graphics of various kinds. Some children learn well by hearing, while others are very poor listeners. Some learn best by doing. Some children are very detail-oriented, yet others are more conceptual in their approach. What are your child's preferred learning styles? One size does not fit all. This is, of course, the great advantage of homeschooling over traditional classroom instruction. These are all questions you need to consider before going shopping for homeschool curriculum. Doing so will give much more focus to your search and save you a great deal of time and money. Our next video, video 3, will explore 4 basic curriculum options available to you. If you have found this video helpful and would like to receive other videos in this series on how to select a homeschool curriculum that is right for you and your child, go to www.homeschoolcurriculumfaq2.com. That's homeschoolcurriculumfaq2.com. Thanks for joining in. Look forward to seeing you on our next video.